Hey yo, it's Nerdcore Dave here at Santa's workshop at the Nerd Cave and Nerdcore Central. Here with Taad. We can see you on there, Taad. It's one of Santa's favorite helpers. And we're gonna do something a little different today, man. We are throwing the well, we're not getting rid of the comics totally, but we'll use them for decoration. But we're gonna do some Christmas. We're gonna review some Christmas movies without giving too many spoilers away.
Oh,
that is a fancy hat and a fancy shirt, Todd.
the shit you talked me into.
Sweaty balls.
Yes, that's why I'm going to drink a Schvetty beer.
Schvetty.
It's close.
It is Schvetty.
See, Schvetka.
Peach Fetties. Schvetty balls.
Yeah, you know what? This is warm and I don't even give a shit. So, Merry Christmas.
So, before we get started, I just want to say one thing. This is really happening. You know what? I should have started the video with "Ayo ho ho" instead of "Ayo."
You know what? This hat is long enough. I could probably hang myself if I really had to.
So,
Okay.
all right. So what I'm thinking here, what we're gonna do? I know Todd's kind of like, "What the hell are we doing here?" But we're rocking the Christmas season, and so what I wanted to do was share with you guys, and again without getting too spoilery, some oddball Christmas movies. So I don't know. We'll kind of just pick and choose. But I want to start it off with, we know you watch The Grinch. We know you watch Bad Santa. We even know you watch Buddy the Elf. Uh-oh. But this selection of Christmas videos are ones that I try to watch every year, and I know you've watched a few with us here, Todd. And it's definitely not the typical Christmas flick. So what I was thinking is, why don't we take a look at some of these oddballs and give a quick review of why we like it. You want to pick one? Pick one. Pick one. Let's go. What do we got? Gremlins.
That's actually a kind of a dark movie that was geared towards kids. I mean, it was a little darker than,
Yeah, everybody thinks it's just Gremlins though, but it's definitely Christmas. Well, you get it for a Christmas present, right?
I don't know. I thought it was just the ultimate excuse not to take a bath. Right? Yeah, no
Dude,
water.
No water.
Yeah.
Don't eat after midnight, or you get fat and you'll hate your life.
Yeah, I think we all grew up to be gremlins, didn't we?
I remember when it came out. I think I was in like 3rd grade or something, man. And they definitely it's targeted kids, but aside from being really dark, and remember what's her name? The chick from Fast Times at Ridgemont High is in it. The chick that gets naked and
Phoebe Cates.
Yeah.
No, I would never remember that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, the one that the dude fapped to in Fast Times.
You were in 3rd grade when that came out?
Something like that, man.
I bet you drove to the movie theater.
That was pre-Fappy Dave.
Oh.
I was still. Nah. But anyways,
we're just overflowing with the Christmas spirit, particularly Dave.
But you know what? And I will give a spoiler here because the movie has a spoiler, guys. And if you have kids or whatever right now, hit mute. Okay, hit mute.
So what is it?
Mute this if you have kids watching.
This is
the
mature audience or you're supposed to be mature by now. So.
The spoiler I'm going to give you is that this movie has a spoiler, and right towards the end, the girl talks about how her father died and that there's no Santa Claus. She goes, "That's how I found out there's no Santa Claus." So they geared this to a child's audience. It's a Spielberg movie, by the way. But then they ruined the whole friggin' facade by putting that in the movie. Mm-hmm. So be careful if you guys watch it with your kids. So anyway, unmute if you're muting. Is this the universal unmute signal? I don't know.
It is now.
The Hulk Hogan. All right. So anyways.
Okay. I picked one. It's your turn.
I'm going to pick two. Ooh. I want to just get these out of the way. All right, guys. I know there's a lot of debate with this. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Yes, it is, dude. That's the whole point. That's the whole gist of the movie. It happens at a Christmas party that starts off with Christmas in Hollis. Merry Christmas, ho, 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 now I got a machine gun. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's not up for debate, dude. I don't even know why is I see the news channels taking polls on this. It's not up for debate, dude. It is what it is, right?
Yeah, it's not the doesn't sound like the war on Christmas. It sounds like it's at war with Christmas.
Nobody goes, oh, is Freddy Krueger a horror movie? You know what I mean? Like, so anyways, the same with Die Hard 2.
Obviously, you've never asked Dina about Freddy Krueger. Anyway.
He's too chatty. I know she was
Yeah. That's funny coming from her, but that's another video.
Is that irony? So, and then Die Hard 2, he even says in it, how can the same shit happen to the same guy twice in a row? So, and it takes place during Christmas. There's no debating that either.
It's easy. Hollywood. If it worked the first time, it'll work the second time.
That's exactly what happened.
See that?
All right, so what do we got? Your pick again.
You're gonna have to do that one.
The Batman Returns? You never watched Batman Returns?
Not at Christmas.
Okay. So Batman Returns, I mean, the whole flick, there's, they do the ice princess thing, and that's when they're lighting the tree for Gotham. And then Max Schreck is giving out presents in the beginning whenever, well, I don't want to ruin that. But, yeah, that's the whole thing. In fact, there's a Catwoman and Batman kiss on her mistletoe.
Oh, okay. Wasn't Max Schreck, wasn't he Nosferatu?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? They use the same name.
See?
I don't know if that was intentional, but yeah, Nosferatu, the old 1930s movie.
I was
Nosferatu.
paying attention in biology class.
So, but Max Schreck is also the villain in Batman Returns.
Okay.
It's Christopher Walken.
Oh, imagine that. Okay.
And then that's a movie that has the Danny DeVito penguin. It's a penguin because it's wintertime. Hello. What else? Yeah, everything has to do with Christmas. So most people don't realize that about Batman Returns. Now you know. That's a good one.
Your turn.
All right. I'm going to run with this one since the MCU movies are hot. Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. This is Iron Man 3. Guys, this whole movie's about Christmas. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that because they don't sit there and blast it. But if you're watching, it's one of those movies. If you're watching in the background and you're paying attention, I remember he gets pepper pots that blow up. It's like a reindeer, but it has boobs.
Oh.
And all that stuff. He gets the kid at the end, Christmas presents for his shop.
I'm still back with the reindeer boobs, but
reindeer boobs, yes. Yeah. Oh, dude, listen, man, I just watch that part on a loop. I don't even really watch the rest of the movie. So yeah, I mean, it definitely, there's no denying it takes place during Christmas, and it's an MCU movie. So 2 birds, 1 stone. You get to watch Iron Man, and you get to watch Christmas movie. And I know this is a movie that a lot of people don't like from Iron Man. I actually like this movie. I think it's great.
Okay.
What you got, man? What you got?
My turn again. Let's go.
What you got? Ooh!
Just gonna fit in there.
That's what she said. That's what Mrs. Claus said, dude.
That poor woman.
Trying to fit down her chimney.
Sure it's not up her chimney? Well, I guess it could go down if...
This is getting weird.
Movies! I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said, Dave. I didn't have my glasses on.
So you've watched First Blood. Do you know the Christmas stuff in it? Are you familiar with it?
First Blood?
Yeah. Rambo. It's Rambo Part 1, man.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
Really?
Yeah, really.
All right, so at no point do they mention it's Christmas, but if you watch when he's at war with the town and stuff like that, and you're watching like the storefronts and stuff, they have Christmas lights in the windows. When he goes to the police department, when he's getting arrested, there's a Christmas tree and stuff there. So it's all through the movie, and it's even like wintertime when they're in the mountains and stuff, but it's definitely a Christmas movie, but at no point do they mention it's Christmas. And again, to watch this movie, it's a Christmas movie, and it's not a typical Christmas movie, so that's what's cool. And that's really what most of these is, what the gist is. But yeah, so that's that.
What an odd backdrop for that. I said, what an odd backdrop for the movie.
You know what? I'm going to give since you mentioned that, I'm going to give a shout out to, this is not the only Stallone Christmas movie. I don't have a copy, and I tried finding a copy recently, and I couldn't, but Cobra, the movie Cobra.
Go ahead, I don't shop here.
Exactly.
It's Christmas,
actually,
right?
I think you're doing more of an Arnold. I think, I don't shop here. Yeah, Cobra is a Christmas movie as well. Mm-hmm. So, but I don't have a copy of it, but definitely watch that. I mean, so anyways, I'm gonna throw. Let's throw this one out here. Let's throw this DVD. They don't even make this on Blu-ray. It's P2. Have you watched it? You watched this with me once, didn't you? You and Dina, I think, watched it with me.
Oh, okay.
So,
Sure.
the gist of this movie is this fine young lady is leaving her Christmas work party and then gets kidnapped and by a psycho Elvis impersonator / Santa fan. I don't know. It's really bizarre. It takes place on the Christmas party. It's kind of like Die Hard, where is it maybe not Christmas Day, maybe, but it's a fucking Christmas movie, dude.
Is it Christmas because Elvis is sort of in it? Or?
Well, he plays the Blue Christmas. He does. He's an Elvis impersonator, so he does the Blue Christmas impersonation. You know, the woo.
Who comes up with this?
Oh, it's an amazing movie, dude, and it's definitely horror and pretty grotesque. It's brutal, dude. So,
yeah.
Dude, this is on my must-watch every single year. Like, there's not a year that goes by I don't watch this.
I couldn't imagine Christmas without it now. Whoa.
Where you at? What you got,
Silly
man?
me.
What you got?
All right.
Oh.
I'm not sure. What? No, you know what? That's not. You don't. I don't think you have a copy. Oh yes, you do. Go ahead.
You tell me. Do you know that one?
The Silent Night one.
Mm-hmm. Silent Night, Deadly Night.
I'm going to tell you what. Every time I look at this cover though, what it does remind me of a.
It's an EC comic. Creepy.
A creepy. Yeah, creepy. Where he's in, and down here the lady is laying in the living room. Santa's got an axe, as you know he should.
They did that on a Tales from the Crypt episode too, dude. There's a Tales from the Crypt episode where they actually did that creepy story.
You know what? I think that maybe there is a natural delineation between. I invented a word just for us to do this. That wasn't.
Did you say Christmas is an innovation? It's an innovation.
That's exactly what I said. Yes. He's paying attention.
Okay.
That wasn't Christmas time like a big time to tell horror stories and stuff, right? Goes through. I think that's sort of where Charles Dickens got the.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's Christmas Carol's definitely got horror. On
Yeah. So I don't. Maybe this is just far fetched. Yeah, well, I'm going to that. There you go. So Silent Night, Deadly Night. That was the. There was the Jewish guy in there running the deli who just wasn't having none of this murder crap. It didn't matter the guy was hacking. Is that the one? Or was that, maybe I jumped to another movie review. So, why don't you review that one?
Chris, this is the one where the guy is
It's going downhill.
traumatized by his parents dying when he's a kid on Christmas Day.
It's Batman.
He gets, it's like I think it was like a drunk driver. And he's dressed as Santa Claus, and it traumatizes him. And then he goes into a halfway house or whatever as an adult, and then somebody triggers him, and then he turns into a psycho Santa killer. And actually, this movie was banned in the U.S. Remember in the early '80s they banned it. It was huge. I remember being all over the news. They banned it because they thought there was two lines being crossed, and it got pulled from the movie theater. But honestly, is it a cool movie to see? Yeah, but it's not the greatest movie out there. And Part 2's on there too, and Part 2 is almost unwatchable. It's terrible. It has some of the worst acting you've ever seen. And I know there's one, if you go on YouTube and look up Silent Night, Deadly Night, you'll see that scene, and you'll be like, you'll never forget it because you'll see it in clips everywhere. But
how could it possibly go downhill?
Oh, it does.
We're gonna show you.
Well, you know how they decided to fuck it up was 3/4 of the movie is because it ends up being the brother of the original killer. 3/4 of the movie is flashbacks to the first movie. So really, you watch the whole first movie by watching the second movie.
Oh.
But the brother is even wackier, and there's a part where he shoots a garbage man. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. But yeah, so that's Silent Night, Deadly Night in a nutshell.
Yep, can't have Christmas without a riddled garbage man.
So, what else we got here? All right, I'm pulling this one. I know you're a fan.
Actually, yes, I did. Grace Slick, man, and she's got like a
Grace Jones. Grace Slick is Starship.
Yes,
or
Jefferson
airplane.
Yes.
Jefferson something.
Look, man, all I know is both of them, well, at least in my version, show up and they're wearing a piece of cardboard that somebody basically cut and then stuck on her head after they spray painted it. I mean, that was, you know. And then
does she sing? What does she sing? Little Drummer Boy or something? I
don't know. I never get past Jombie. Once he's on there, I don't know why. They could do.
Dude, if you got young kids, they're gonna love this because it's got like claymation and all kinds of typical kid shit. if you watch the Pee Wee's Playhouse. But dude, yeah, the Grace Jones. There's there's so many guest stars, man.
It's like, how weird could we make this?
Oh yeah, it's definitely weird. Little Richard, Charo, those triplets. Remember the triplets? Joan Rivers.
Pee Wee.
Does Lawrence Fishburne show up in his? Remember he was.
He does.
Yeah, he's like what is he? The mailman or something? Or no, he's the cowboy. He's the cowboy. I can't even remember.
Was he Lawrence yet, or was he still?
No, he
Larry?
was Larry. He was Larry Fishburne.
No, here's my question. Okay, so everybody knows that he lied to get into Apocalypse Now. He was maybe a year or two younger, and he was going by Larry. And then as he progressed, he went to Lawrence. At this point in time, he's still Larry. So that means he came straight out of Apocalypse Now, right to Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Dude, yeah.
And if you remember, when they're blowing up all the bridge and stuff in Apocalypse Now, there's Christmas lights. Apocalypse Now is a Christmas... it could be.
So yeah, there's one little part of Apocalypse Now that...
When they're trying to go across the bridge or whatever.
There's other movies like that. Actually, there's a couple in here where it's only just like that little section. But you know, it's funny that, I guess from what you're saying, Lawrence Fishburne used Apocalypse Now as a stepping stone to get that Pee Wee's Playhouse job.
I don't know, man. With that on his resume, how could they say no? You know. Okay. Did I pick that gem or did you?
I don't even. Yeah, I picked it.
You picked it. Okay. I don't want that one. Okay. We'll go this one. Ooh, you know what? Actually, I did like this one. Krampus. I know it wasn't the best one. I like the idea of the blizzard going on, and that would kind of really, set the tone in the mood. It was obviously a dark movie, but I like that one. I like the whole idea of Krampus, and I wish we did it in the United States. I think it would be, a combination of two things, They get the winter solstice is right at almost at Christmas, a couple days beforehand, longest night and shortest day and whatnot. So, if you're going to be at the nadir of the whole, it's dark. We'll go with that. A long time.
He steals naughty kids, right? Doesn't he kidnap, drags them to hell? That's
he
the
beats
legend.
them with a birch branch or something, It's very progressive and European in thinking.
So it's a family movie.
Yeah, It's way, it's got Elf on the Shelf kicked in the ass 10 times over, so.
Dude, if you guys never saw the Krampus Festival, do yourself a favor and search out on YouTube and watch, like, in Germany or where the hell, where they have these...
That's it. It seems like it's
in Germany and stuff like that.
Yeah, because they're sadistic like that.
But these people, then their cosplay, their Kramplay, it's just amazing, man.
Yeah, they fool around there. Yep. Those are like movie quality, But
dude,
I like that movie.
I like that movie a lot. I would say that their version of Krampus is different, and that's why it wasn't what I was expecting.
It's a little Americanized. Mm-hmm. They took out they put the monster in, but they didn't give like the history in the background and all that stuff.
But you made a good point that I guess I never really put any thought into. But you're right that the way they do that, the way they filmed it, does it's like a feeling of solitude, like you're trapped when you're watching it, man. Definitely, and they definitely convey that.
I'd be okay with that monster or no. I'm like, I got no problem being snowed in.
Dude, and it's not just the Krampus. There's other horror monsters in there too.
You know what? I remember you bought that when it first came out and we saw it, so it's been a couple years. I don't remember all the details, but I do remember...
There's some crazy, weird characters in there for sure. They're like Krampus's henchmen, but I think it's good if you want to watch a good American horror movie that's not a slasher. Mm-hmm. That's a good option. And I'm a home theater nut, so it actually, from what I remember, this sounds and looks really good too. Yeah. It's definitely done professionally.
Yeah, it was not a cheesy B flick. At least not in production. Anyway,
right.
Not in production. Maybe the storyline.
It's like an A- though.
Yeah.
But they definitely put money into it. Special effects wise and stuff.
Yeah. So you can't go wrong there. So.
All right, I'm pulling one that's actually a Christmas movie, but I think it's underrated, and that's why I threw it in this pile. And I'm pulling 4 Christmases. Have you ever seen it?
Nope.
Guys, dude, I didn't watch this movie for a long time because I was like, Vince. I'm not a fan of Vince Vaughn or Reese Witherspoon. But, because then I figured it was like a love story, which it kind of is. Well, obviously it is. But that movie has some of the funniest. It's one of the funniest Christmas movies I've ever seen in my life, dude. I highly recommend it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Highly recommend. You will laugh your ass off, dude.
Okay.
So there's definitely some quality entertainment.
I'm up for an assless Christmas if if that need be.
So, we're running out. Oh God.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
We're gonna have to get. All right. Seeing as how I can't see. Shit. I did not even see this. I understand.
You never saw it?
I haven't seen any of the Harold and Kumar movies, if that's what that is.
Well, first of all, watch the Harold and Kumar movies, but that's what it is. It's Harold and Kumar's 3D Christmas on this one. Mm-hmm. Man, I can't believe you didn't see it. That is another one of the funniest movies.
What's the first one? White Castle?
White Castle,
okay,
then Guantanamo Bay, and then 3D Christmas.
Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, Harold and Kumar go to Guantanamo Bay.
Oh.
It's good.
There's no political statement there.
But the 3D Christmas is just amazing. Guys, it's definitely not one you want to watch with the kids. There's drug references, sexual, explicit nature, innuendo. But when you watch it as an adult, you're going to roll, man, because it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. And, yeah, I've yet to watch, see it with anybody who didn't think it was friggin' hilarious, so. I'm going to show you one that takes place on Christmas the entire time, but there's only one Christmas reference in it right in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And that is the Prometheus. It's the alien, what is it? The alien origin to the alien movies.
So,
but
it's called Prometheus?
It's called Prometheus.
After the
Sky
guy
God.
He stole the fire.
Yeah.
Then he nailed it to the tree. And then the vultures, I believe, ate his liver for eternity, which kept growing back.
I thought, didn't he catch the sky on fire or something like that?
I thought he stole fire from the gods, and then it went downhill from there, which is basically why Frankenstein is called the modern Prometheus, because the theme is lying right under the surface, bringing the dead back to life, and the consequences of that. So,
okay, cool.
So maybe Frankenstein is somewhat Christmassy.
Frankenstein.
Igor. Rolling the hay.
So, but the thing with Prometheus is when you watch it, right in the beginning, when they come out of the cryo sleep, they put up the captain of the ship, I think it was, puts up a small little Christmas tree, like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree, and he says Merry Christmas, and then that's it. But it all takes place on like Christmas Day or something, but there's no lights, no references, but it technically is a Christmas movie.
That sounds like a cheap budget.
Dude, it's almost like First Blood is has more visual Christmas stuff than Prometheus does. But. All right, what we got?
Okay. This is sort of like Jenga.
We
We might not make it, man. It's going to fall over on you.
James Bond.
Mm-hmm. Which Ian Fleming? Is this actually an Ian Fleming book?
Yep.
All right, what is it? Looks like her...
On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
I was going to say Her Majesty's Satanic Request. That's Rolling Stones.
You probably never saw that one, right?
I don't think I've ever seen a James Bond flick, to be honest with you.
Maybe
with my parents when I went to the drive-in in the 70s, maybe. So, but not enough to remember anything. The only thing that I remember out of James Bond is Jaws. Palm in your head.
Oh, that's right. That was a good one.
What's his name? Robert.
Oh crap! I don't know. I got that signature.
Keel.
Oh, yeah. Richard Keel.
Richard Keel.
Yeah. I told him I was a super villain too, and then he was like, "What's your name?" He's like, "You want me to sign this or not?"
I actually couldn't believe how big that human being was. I was like, wow.
His hand fit over my head entirely.
This is where you need to learn the editing, because you need to superimpose that picture into the video right now, because it is hilarious. I'm like, it looks like he's got Dave's head. It looks like he's holding an orange. I'm like, wow. So,
but anyways, on Her Majesty's Secret Service, it was after Sean Connery left. He was the next James Bond. It was George Lazenby.
Okay.
He was a Mel. I think he was an underwear model or something. I don't know. But he's actually a cool James Bond, man. He seems pretty distinguished, and I know people hated him then, but kind of like him now, I think. But during this movie, it's another one kind of like First Blood, where for the most part, you're just watching the background and seeing it's Christmas. But when the villain's secret plan comes to fruition, he gives these people Christmas gifts, and when they open them, they become hypnotized. So that was the secret plan.
Wow.
So instead of slipping a Mickey into their drink, he does this. I don't know. So, hey, dude.
I'm thinking about slipping a Mickey into my own drink right now.
Saint Mickey. Remember, this is Christmas. We're in a Christmas one, so it's Saint Mickey.
Okay.
Santa's little helper. Little Santa's little helper right there.
What's Michaelmas? I don't know.
Michelob.
No, did you pick or did I pick? You did it.
You picked. That's my turn, huh?
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Remember? Jenga.
All right. I'm picking Lethal Weapon. Another 80s action movie that is a Christmas movie.
No.
Remember that?
Is it a Christmas movie or does it occur during Christmas? That is the question.
Well, it occurs during Christmas, but I want to say there's a lot of cocaine, so it's Christmas snow. And there's a part where at the end...
I really need to rewatch it.
At the end, when the bad guy comes to their house, there's a note on the Christmas tree that says, "Dear bad guys, no one here but us good guys. Ho, ho, ho," or something like that.
Yeah, but like I said, I think where the argument happens is, does it happen during Christmas or is it a Christmas movie? Are we getting any Miracle on 42nd Street messages out of any of this other than, you pissed me off and now I'm going to kill you at Christmas time?
I think the miracle is that this was before Mel Gibson was a complete asshole.
Well, he did show the world how Christmas he was by making the Jesus movie, you know. So.
Well, that's Easter. That's different. That's Easter.
They found the body. Easter's canceled.
Fire away, dude.
Okay. Ghostbusters. This is another one. This is another one where I get hollered at. Never seen it. Don't know what to say.
You really aren't even trying, are you?
I am not. Home Alone, E.T. Never made it on. I don't know. I'm a stunted human being. What can I say?
Were you locked in a cage?
Apparently,
were you locked in a cage at the North Pole?
If I was locked in a cage, they would have made me watch these movies.
But the thing with Ghostbusters is it kind of is and kind of isn't a Christmas movie because it takes place over a period of time, but there's definitely a Christmas sections. And the second one for sure at the end I think they sing Auld Lang Syne. So it's a New Year's movie too.
Oh, okay.
But is it a Christmas movie the whole way through? Not really, no. But it's worth mentioning.
So we have the Charles Dickens theme of ghosts running through it, or is that
now there is ghosts?
Maybe I don't remember. Maybe I'm reaching here. Maybe I just shitty at giving these movie reviews. Maybe I don't know. No,
there's one with chains. I want to say there's one with chains. There's one with a library, and there's a ghost in the library, and there was a book.
Could be a Charles Dickens in there somewhere. If it's a good library, I would hope.
I will do a tough one here. This is Run All Night. It is a mob movie with Liam Neeson, and you know how Liam Neeson's kind of for the last few years got stuck in a niche where he's the guy who he's
gonna find me and kill me.
He's caught. Yeah, I have a very specific set of skills. You know that guy. Yeah. Well, that's what he is in this movie, except for he's like a burnout drunk. Takes place. I mean, it's a Christmas movie. Well, maybe. Nah, it definitely takes place at Christmas. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So, but I don't even know if most people even seen it, but it's pretty good, man. It's definitely worth watching. I actually won this on a online thing, and that's why I got it.
No, they gave it away. Trust me.
But it was when it first came out.
Everybody who entered got one. You won! Ha ha! Merry
Just
Christmas!
Take it. Just take it.
No, it's okay, Dave. I'll let you have your. You won. You did. You got the big prize.
Christmas miracle.
Okay, we're down to the last two. Okay, you picked one, so I'll pick one. This is this one's near and dear to my heart. Black Christmas, because I actually got Dave a pretty cool poster of this. That I don't know if you put it up this year.
Oh, it is. It's over.
Did you put it up? Okay,
it's in the home theater.
We didn't go into the living room, so I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that was a Canadian-based film. I think it was shot up in Canada, and But
I don't know. I know that the poster you got me is the like Canadian version or whatever, and it has a different title, and I can't even think of what it is right now.
Black Christmas?
It's not Black Christmas. It's something else. It's shit, I can't remember.
I don't know.
But it's got a picture of a plastic bag over her head, and then it has
in
a
wreath.
wreath.
Yeah, I mean, so somebody in a wheelchair with a plastic bag taped over their head. Good Christmas fun, Happened to me a lot as a kid.
But the version you're looking at is the remake from the early 2000s, I think. With the chick from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, that's right. They did, because once wasn't enough,
But they didn't do a great job with it. You want to watch the original one if you can. I think it has Margot Kidder in it.
I don't think they had a lot to work with, but...
I think the original has Lois Lane in it, man. Margot Kidder.
That explains a lot,
Again, we're back to the cocaine.
When she was alive, I ran into her one time, and she was like...
Weren't you with me? Was that with you? Or was that before we started going together at the Comic-Con?
I don't know, it's a blur. Probably like this video is going to be. But she was doing a crossword puzzle. She's like, I don't know, give me a 7-letter word for... And I'm like, let it...
And she said, thank you. And... I don't know. Is that even a 7-letter word?
I don't know. Is it 6, 7 letters?
7, I don't know.
When I met her, it was at a con, and she was. It was really weird because I was over there digging through a box, and she was like off to the side, and she came out of her booth, and she's standing there like I'm like an old friend, and she's like waiting for me to say hi. And realize she's standing there. She's like, and I'm like, I go, hi, Margot. And she's like, and I'm like, and I just went back and started digging in my box, and she stood there for a second, then she went away. It was really weird. So, yeah. So, and the poster that you got me was Silent Night. It says Silent Night, Evil Night, but it's actually the Black Christmas movie. So that's what it is. The original one. Oh. So that's what it is. So that clears up that confusion. Okay. But hey, let's move on. Are you ready to move on to the next one?
I am.
Okay, well, I'll just grab it because it's the last one. We have Friday After Next. Have you ever seen it?
I have.
Okay.
I have seen it once.
You have? Just once?
Just once, I
think. Did you see her?
Yeah.
Did you see her?
It might have been.
But it's a great Christmas movie.
Yes.
Definitely the whole way through. You got the ghetto Santa Claus going around robbing everybody in the hood.
Everyone, yes. Yes.
And then
Christmas spirit.
Yep, absolutely. And lots of Christmas soundtrack and everything else. Funny as hell. I highly recommend this one. Cat Williams is a little mini pimp, remember?
Oh, yes.
Pimpin'?
I do
Pimpin'.
remember that, yes.
So...
Yes,
but,
awesome Christmas movie.
But yeah, definitely not one you want to watch with the kids.
No.
A lot of language and drug references, and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't know what kind of other references. There's some other references.
Yeah, it's not a kid-friendly film.
It's not a kid-friendly film, but
depending on how you're raising your kids, let's not assume anything.
Well, that's true. I mean, that would depend on how you're raising them.
So I don't know. That's it for today, I guess. You ready to call it a day on this one?
Ready to call it a day.
All right, I guess we'll nerdcore out this one. You got anything else to say? Want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays for all the extreme rate extremes. What's that? So
no.
If you want, grab your don't forget to grab your honey underneath the camel toe and
camel toe, yeah.
and give her a kiss. And until then, nerdcore out.